Let's see who else is up next. Why don't we try the 903 area code? Caller from 903. Introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, where you're calling from.
Hey, David, longtime fan. My name is Storm, and I'm from the Denver area.
Great.
And I was I'm sorry. I was calling to get your opinion because, like, I'm a veteran. All right, and I went on a deployment to Afghanistan, and it changed my whole outlook on like my politics, the military, the interventionism, everything. Uh, I know now that whenever I went there, I was for the war. When I came back, I was like, oh my god.
Mm.
But I just I'm kind of at a loss here because I understand that the reason why these wars go on is because of the war profiteering companies like General Dynamics, Lockheed Martin, Raytheon. I mean, I saw it for myself. And these companies, they go out there and with the military, we completely pollute their environment. I mean, it's crazy. Like outside of Kandahar Air Force Base, there's mountains of garbage,
Mm-hmm.
and it's awful. But I'm at a complete loss as to how we combat such powerful corporations, from dictating our policies. So I was just wanting to know what your thoughts were on that.
Listen, two things. Step one, how do corporations get this much power? Because of the campaign finance system that allows them to become influencers in government to effectively own politicians who then do their bidding for them. So number one, you got to change the campaign finance system. If corporations weren't sources of funding for politicians the way that they are, politicians would not be nearly as incentivized to then do stuff for the companies that allows them to have effectively 0% tax rates, offshore tax havens, function in ways that are completely extrajudicial when it comes to, the things. When you look at the focus on crime, the focus is mostly on street crime. Way after that is white collar crime, and way after that is crimes committed by corporations who end up, paying some meaningless symbolic fine. So number one, you've got to completely upend the campaign finance system. Number two, we need to elect people that will actually hold corporations accountable. And the only way we're going to get those people as prominent potential elected officials is if you take away the power of the corporation to be the most attractive source of money for an elected official. So it all goes back to campaign finance. As far as the military-industrial complex, that's more complicated because at this point, we know that for Republicans especially, anything but a constantly growing defense budget and military budget is a sign of weakness. And that's like a cultural issue. And I don't know exactly how you fix that. But I think you do get at a lot of the problem with campaign finance. Corporations have this much power because they're allowed to buy this much power. And we've got to take that ability away from them.
Okay, I see. That does sound like a very good solution there, very plausible. Yeah, I mean, the reason why this gets to me so much, David, is that, I have brothers and sisters that go overseas all the time, and they lose their lives, and they fight this endless war, and I can't help but feel like, their lives are being wasted, their lives are being exchanged for money, and it's just sickening for me.
It is sickening is the exact word I would apply to it. Storm, thank you so much for the call. Really appreciate it. Hope to hear from you again.